Mattel has really struggled this year with the idea of pacing stuff out. It feels like it's either been feast or famine like every other month, and right now, yeah, we're in a feast, so we gotta take advantage of it. There are new 2-packs, there's multiple new singles cases, glow racers are upon us. I mean, it is just insane out there right now. This is 2-packs case T, the final 2-packs case of the year, which is kind of crazy to think because it doesn't really feel like we had any 2-packs since like February, but there was that one with Red and Stanley that snuck on in that obviously wasn't very new, but it was there. And then the Bella Cadaver case that just barely came out and is still super rare. And now we have this case that's already hitting Target stores. You also have Hallam Haynes, who I'll be reviewing very soon. We have Mark Sontheimer and Kirsten Marshall. Not as cool as some of these other ones, but I still like it. And then maybe the best after Chieftess, or maybe in your opinion the best overall, are Lisa and Louise here, the twin ghosts. I love the artwork that they gave them there. So we'll be reviewing all these over the next couple days. Very excited about that. Obviously chose Chieftess because in my opinion she's the best one. But yeah guys, let's get into it. What else do we want to talk about? There's singles case K and L hitting stores literally across the world, like UK and the US. So it's a great time to be a cards collector right now. I envy anyone who, you know, is just fully indulging themselves for the first time into this hobby because they must think like this is the best thing ever. But yeah, there are ups and downs for sure. But right now it is just, oh, it's so fun, so fun. So obviously we have the whole Rumbler squad to invite Chieftess into the collection. We have the mini version of her that we'll compare her to. But yeah, let's just get right on into it. This is a very strange looking 2-pack because the blister is like a rectangular prism like all the cards used to be, you know, way back when, which was now like 2 years ago. But even like the 2-packs in this case are using the new Streamline airtight form-fitting blisters. Enough adjectives there. But I guess they deemed, because of Chieftess's weird shape and size, to just give them the rectangular prism again. But look at all this dead space in there between the card and Jeremy. I mean, they wanted to cut back on plastic, and yeah, they're certainly not doing that with this one. But it's pretty awesome. You know, would they have made Chieftess a deluxe if deluxes still existed? Who knows? It's possible, but I am glad that they didn't. I'm glad that we got her within a year of the show coming out because she's definitely one of the most iconic characters in it. So yeah, very, very excited about that. Now, Jeremy's only been released in case H, and that case has not really come out all that much. Walmart has had it, but the half version of it, that doesn't even have Jeremy at all. So this gives a lot of people another opportunity to get him. Thumbs up for me there. Obviously new for 2023. This will be Chieftess's one and only release this year. It's not like she's also getting a single release. And because this is the last 2-pack case of the year, it's not like we'll be seeing her, you know, in a couple months in the next case. But maybe it'll carry over to 2024. But obviously that all remains to be seen. I just love how metallic the artwork looks for the headdress and her body. They definitely nailed it on her body, but the headdress is plastic, so they weren't able to fully translate that over, but still really cool, and I can't wait to bust her open. On the back here, we have the Deputy McQueen and Bella Cadaver 2-pack we were talking about. I'll leave my review for that in the description below and card suggestion pop-up. That one really just kind of snuck on in because, you know, it has barely come out, and yet we're already on to the next 2-packs case, so it kind of feels like she got overlooked there, but hopefully it's not, you know, right now, like she's very rare. Hopefully that changes a little bit. But either way, you have Lisa and Louise there. And it's actually kind of cool to look at their stock images because it differentiates. You can see the expressions are different. However, that's not the case. They're identical. So a little weird there. You do have Claire Gunzer and Hallam Haynes, who's a nice stock image. And then Kirsten and Mark, who were on the card back of these two. But that's because they were actually supposed to be in that case. And it was actually supposed to be Revo Cost and Dance Jam, and it was never supposed to be these two until a little more recently into development. So yeah, some fun facts for you, but I'll be right back with this gorgeous 2-pack all opened up. It is absolutely pouring cats and dogs outside, which means there's nothing better to do than to review some cars and just have a good time with you guys. Although I'm supposed to go back to work and golf later, which which is kind of crazy. I really hope the rain stops. But yeah, all right, first off, let me show you guys where they appear in the show. I will show you guys Jeremy again, but let's just do Chieftess first here. Quite a few sightings of her. Obviously has a major role in the episode as the leader of the Road Rumblers clan. So that was pretty cool. Kind of, yeah, reminiscent of a character. I don't remember who played her, but in the old Mad Max Fury Road, or the Mad Max like Thunderdome movies, she kind of resembles one of the characters. And so yeah, and then Jeremy, of course, who also has a pretty good role, more so than Cap'n Long Leggy or Squat, who are other characters that are still somewhat notable. And Squat's going to be out here soon. Squat's actually being found in a couple of stores across the world. So yeah, exciting times, like I said. Now, I do want to first just kind of nail down if Jeremy here is a variant from the Case H single of him, because it's possible, although I'm not really seeing anything besides some coloring changes, but that really is very flukish and should not be counted as a variant. Because yeah, these spikes look way darker. In fact, maybe you can call that a variant, because they do look quite a bit darker up there on his roof. The hammer looks a little bit more gold, a little shinier, I guess. The gun looks a little like pinker over there, or the flamethrower, I should say. I don't know. I guess it really just comes up to discretion on whether or not it's a variant, you know what I mean? To me, I'd probably still say no, but I can understand if somebody were to classify it as such. Because yeah, these spikes up here are quite dark. Just a great character overall, though. I like his role in the show. And of course, you know, it's a very cool diecast as well. Like, I'll leave my link to his review as well, because I already did him a couple weeks ago in the description and card suggestion. But yeah, these spikes up here are like rubbery. You can bend and move them around, and they feel pretty good. And yeah, you got the hammer and the flamethrower. You've got spikes on the hood here, which is really cool. But yeah, if you want to see all the details about him, definitely check out that review, because this is going to be solely focused on Chieftess. But let's see how far apart these guys were made. S11, so the 11th week of the year, versus the 21st, so 10 weeks later. And it certainly didn't take that much of a gap for them to come out, though. I think I did Jeremy only about like 4 or 5 weeks ago, so kind of cool to think about. But yeah, there you go. Now let's move our attention on over to Chieftess, who just looks incredible. I think they absolutely nailed the finish on her. And these are the types of cars that Thailand can really excel in, because there are no decals for them to botch. It's kind of funny. It's like, I don't know, it's almost like a catch-22. It's like, well, if there's a decal, they're going to screw it up, because they cannot make it clear. It's going to be blurry, and it's going to look worse than when China would do a similar car. But with this, though, they're great with these kind of metallic Zamac finishes. And yeah, she's just, oh my God, she looks great. Because it's not like, oh my God, it's like a gold Zamac. Has a nice little shimmering effect to it. I love the crown and the headdress there, which is kind of similar to Jeremy's spikes, but a little bit thicker. You don't want to bend on them too much. But yeah, these almost look like guns here in the front, but they are just more spikes coming out of the headlight sockets. And you do have a couple spikes here on the side, and they like move up and down. Like, see that, guys? Like, see if you like push in one, they all kind of move down. Just pretty crazy. And then she's got her imprinting, which is actually textured. Like, you could feel the texture of it, and they look like tire tracks, which is pretty neat. You got the wheels looking pretty dirty and gnarly as well in there. She's got more spikes on the back. They all must be a part of like the same piece. These ones aren't collapsing kind of like in the way this one is. Like, these all must be the same piece. These probably are too. Taillights, the window back there. The expression's pretty nice, pretty basic. I think the like raising of one eye over the other makes it look like she's got a little bit more character, but I do like this expression quite a bit. She's frowning though. I do kind of wish that they were able to do the headdress in more of a realistic way, because it does look kind of cheap and plasticky, especially with this like gear tiara here with the red gem in it. I don't know, it just looks so much different from the main metal body. It's a little distracting, like it's just slightly off-putting. But I do like how they kind of melded and weaved all the feathers in. There's like 3 layers to it, as you can see there. So yeah, ultimately a great job. Not much more they could have done. I think this is one of the best die casts you will see. S22A, so 22nd week, a week after her companion Jeremy was made. Yeah, this is a great die cast. You know, it's not going to get much better than this. This is top tier. Can't complain really about her or Jeremy. And I have to say, that makes this one of the best 2-packs kind of ever. Kind of ever. I don't know how you guys feel about that claim, but this is just an elite release. Maybe you guys don't really care for the Cars on the Road stuff because it's too goofy, but I do want to compare her to a couple other similar cars. She's, you know, one of those more retro kind of Radio Springs flashback releases or vibe type characters. You know what I mean? Here's Mildred Bylane, who almost shares the same color as her, but a different model for sure. Yeah, what do you guys think? Would Chieftess have been a deluxe? I'm not quite sure if she would have been a deluxe. Maybe they would have made, I don't know, like the headdress is pretty big, but now like seeing her out of the package, it's not like, you know, she's that much more expansive than Mildred here, for example, who is obviously a single. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of an interesting question. I think it's kind of the perfect 2-pack release because like with Red and Stanley, who Red has been a deluxe for a long time now, you have like a little extra wiggle room in there to put a larger car, and that's probably why, you know, it had the bigger blister. And you might be able to argue like, yes, Chieftess would have been a deluxe because when they, like Red's been a deluxe since 2011, and they released him as, you know, in a 2-pack with Stanley, and to top it off, the blister was the like rectangular prism again. It wasn't streamlined. So, you know, you just kind of add everything up there and ultimately you get to the conclusion that Chieftess might have been a deluxe in, you know, normal times. But yeah, this is the new normal, guys. No more deluxes, which is kind of sad. But if we're still getting these types of cars, whether it be, you know, Doug Crankle or even Road Rumbler Mater here, who has the big flamethrower on top, I think we're okay. The only thing where we might lose some stuff in is like with Cap'n Long Leggy back here. But hey, that's what customizers are for. Anyways, this is Edwin Cranks, who's very similar to her model, pretty much the same. In fact, like you could see like the stacked headlights there. Obviously, a lot of changes have been made, a lot of modifications, but they are pretty much the exact same model. Like you could see the windows are all placed in the same way. You have the silver line going across. No side view mirrors for Chieftess though. She obviously doesn't need those. I mean, she doesn't even really drive. She's got all of her minions to do it for her. All of the Volkswagen Bugs. And then here we have Percy Handbrakes, who's pretty cool. One of my favorites from the flashback era, but a different model. So Edwin Cranks and Mildred. Oh, no. So Mildred, no. Percy here, no. But Edwin and then Milton Caliper, who is another one of the older releases, they would be the same model as Chieftess here. They'll all kind of fit that same bill, you know. Like Percy's pretty similar, but not quite. Not quite. All right, and now let's compare her to the Mini Racer. Mini Racer has a pretty nice expression. Like they went for a completely different one with her, like a much happier, more triumphant expression, whereas this looks like very concentrated, focused Chieftess. But I guess that's cool, you know, you don't want to have the Mini to be like a carbon copy of the full-scale version. It's kind of nice to spruce it up a little bit. So that gets an A+ from me. Slightly different color. You got the spikes. Headdress doesn't have like the coloring, like the stripes, the pattern on it. Good stuff. Yeah, now you have Chieftess Mini and Large. Hopefully we get a Mini Jeremy at some point as well. We already have a Mini of McQueen here and Mater in the Road Rumblers form. Maybe we'll even get Cap'n Long Leggy eventually as well, who is just awesome. You know, I mean, look at them. I feel like Cap'n Long Leggy might be a bit big now. Like, I feel like he shouldn't be quite as crazy towering over her, but Yeah, I'll have to look in the show again to verify that. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. What the hell is Mattel doing though? Just dumping all this stuff on us, going to make me super busy over the next few weeks. Whereas over the last couple of weeks, it's been dry. You know, it's like it was so dry after case F. And then they hit you with case G, H, and J all at the same time. And then nothing. And then they hit you with the 2-packs. And they hit you with case K and L. And likely the glow racers here soon. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy out there. I haven't even had an opportunity to review those new accessory packs that I do have with Niall and Gearston and then Doc and Leroy. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section below, who is your favorite Road Rumbler character? You know, that could be McQueen or Mater as well. I think they all look really awesome together. They just have such a cool aesthetic. Very raw, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, I think Chieftess is an A+ release for sure. I don't have really any critiques except for the headdress looking a little cheap. And then, yeah, hopefully they do Cap'n Long Leggy, but this custom for me will certainly suffice. Check it out in my review of it last fall. I'll leave the link in the description below. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye now.